Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Hello friends, and what's up doll faces? Today is Friday. It's finally the weekend and it's Debsy, and the place to be, it's Debsy. Bloop, bloop, that's me. Boop, Debsy. Okay everybody, so I know this is a little late. I know I usually do this on Thursday. However, listen, I was in all my feels over this episode of Beverly Hills, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. So we got a little bit of tea here, Mr. Paul Rudd, and it's iced tea. And we are going to jump right into this episode. I didn't have to stop at TSA to have my bags checked because I'm gonna unpack them right now. Now, typically I will go through each scene and talk about something in the scene. I'm not going to do that on this one because there is a main focus and I am heated. I don't need a blanket. I'm already heated. Rinna and Sutton had met for lunch, okay? Rinna's acting all fakey when she meets her. Hi, oh, you look beautiful. I don't know this and that. Okay, so the discussion gets around to last year when Sutton was on Watch What Happens Live. Sutton had brought up the fact that she paid for Lisa Rinna's seat and Harry Hamlin's seat at Elton John's annual AIDS charity dinner. He has it every year. She paid for their seats. And she is saying that she had said that they didn't say thank you. I think this was in response to like last year when Rinna had shamed Garcelle and had gone on and on and on about Garcelle not giving 57 apologies for Harry giving her spaghetti sauce, the marinara. Garcelle thanked him, but she wanted like text, she wanted all this and that. I think that's what that was in response to. So once again, Sutton said, you know, I apologized. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. And Rinna says, I don't want to hold this in. I don't want to carry it. I need to get over it. And then she had also told Sutton, it's fun to torture you. So remember that. Rinna says, I need to get over this. I'm not holding on to this. I'm not carrying it anymore. Okay. So the main thing about this episode was the fact that Lisa Rinna is launching wines. There's Rinna Rosé and Rinna Chardonnay. Listen, I'm not a fan of Lisa Rinna by any stretch of the imagination. However, the wine bottles, they are very attractive. They have a nice aesthetic to them. So we have this party. There's this party so everybody can, you know, get to taste the wines. So everybody shows up. Crystal doesn't because she has COVID. Diana doesn't because she has COVID, and Kyle has COVID. So they show up. They're sitting around. Erica once again says that she cannot drink on her meds. Remember, she cannot drink on her meds. Okay. So inevitably, the conversation, now I'm going to tell you, if you're triggered by discussions of ED, please, I will not be upset if you leave right now because this could trigger you. So once again, Erica brings up how Crystal's ED, her problem, her ED. So, and is saying, why doesn't she get help? Oh, blah, 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 this. Listen, you were the same person that a couple shows ago, you were telling her just to take laxatives. Bless you. Just to take laxatives. And now all of a sudden she's, you know, talking about it and saying how, you know, she needs to get help. Okay, true, she does need to get help. But who are you? You were just yelling at her last week about not eating a chicken finger. So everybody is talking about it. And Sutton says, Sutton says something to the effect off camera of that she doesn't want to talk about it without her there, which I agree. And on the after show, Garcelle had said she really doesn't want to talk about this. This is a very heavy situation. Just let her get some help. And I really don't want to talk about it, which is exactly right. So then Garcelle and Erica go and talk. And Garcelle brings up the fact again that between the two of them, that Erica calls Sutton a liability, and why? And Erica says, well, it's because you always have to clean up for her. And Garcelle says, well, you always have to apologize for her, you have to clean up for her. And Garcelle said, well, I stick up for her because that's what friends do. And then Erica brought up, well, what about this year when Sutton said, well, I'm sorry I didn't have a gun held to my head. Dorit did have a gun to her head. And Garcelle said, listen, I don't stick up for her every time. Like for that, I told her, that's not right that you said that. So she had said, listen, I don't stick up for her all the time, but I do stick up for her. That's what friends do. That's what we do in my family. That's what friends do. And Erica says, well, you wouldn't stick up for me like you do for Sutton, but you're closer with her. And yeah, Erica had said she doesn't think she would stick up for her. I wouldn't stick up for her either. She's a mess. She's a liability. And then Erica said something like, and you probably don't believe everything that I said last year. And Garcelle said, I don't 100% believe you. And so they just left like that. So they go up, they meet up with everybody else. Sutton then brings up to Erica, why'd you call me a liability? If you want to talk about that, you can say that to me. You don't have to mention it to other people. You can say it to me. Erica said, well, I called you that because she has to clean up for you. Garcelle has to clean up for you. And Sutton said, well, that's because that's what friends have each other's backs. That's what you do. Then Erica once again brings up Elton John's party. Once again, she brings up the party and the comments that she had said during Watch What Happens Live. And she says she thinks she said that and brought that up because that was her sticking up for Garcelle against Rinna and that debacle that happened last year with not offering 85 apologies. And then Rinna starts to pile on about it, and Dorit gets in on it a little bit. Listen, and Sutton had said, this is different. You're acting different now than you did yesterday during lunch because there's an audience, which is true. And Sutton had said, yesterday you were fine. You said you were over this. You accepted my apologies. I don't know how many more times I have to apologize. Listen, Sutton is not watching this. Sutton, please do not apologize to this woman anymore. Please don't. And Sutton keeps saying, I like you. Why? Cut your losses. Move from her. She's not your friend. Fuck that. I'm getting tired of that. So, yeah, Sutton had said she's acting like this because she has an audience and she's a soap star, and that's her soap star in her. And then Rinna was saying, oh, just there's a reason why you want to hurt me. Just let me know why. And she said, listen, if she would have said that she said it because she's sticking up for Garcelle, I would accept it and leave it go. No, you wouldn't. You would not, and you won't. So that's that. That's it. You wouldn't. Because if you did let it go, then you would not have a storyline. She never has a storyline. Nothing. No storylines. So then, and Rinna starts mocking her because of her accent and all this and that. And the thing kind of pissed me off too was Sherry was laughing at that too. I'm like, the fuck fuck is this? So, and Rinna admitted that she talked behind her back and all this and that. So then, and here is the thing. The thing that throws Rinna over is that Sutton said that Rinna talks out of both sides of her mouth. And then Rinna flips and she's like, if you're gonna talk like that, get the F out of my house, get out of my house. Sutton doesn't. Sutton just stays there. If I was Sutton, I'd be like, bitch, please, fine. Listen, I'm gonna get out of this house that you allegedly steal a whole bunch of money on taxes on. That's what I heard. Allegedly. Don't come at me, but that's what I heard. So, yeah, she says don't, and then she starts yelling about, you better not come after you can come after me, don't you come after my kids or my husband, I will hunt you down. Listen, now I guarantee next week there is video of Rinna crying and it's hard. Now listen, I get it. Your mother passed away and it is difficult. I get that. But my father passed away last year. I'm not screaming and yelling and cussing people out and telling them to get the F out of my house. When my mother passes away, I'm not going to be No, don't be making excuses. It's time for them to go. Here are the people that it's time to go. Bravo, Andy Cohen. Listen, you're not going to listen and you're not going to watch this. First of all, Lisa Rinna. She never has any kind of a storyline except causing and stirring up the shit. Also, Erica Jane. Get her off. And number 3, Kyle. She's a backstabber. Get the 3 of them off. Listen, don't even get me started. So that is that. That is the Real Housewives. If nobody has told you yet today, oh, I'm wound up. If nobody has told you yet today, I'm going to tell you, I love you. You're loved, seen, and heard. Please make sure to put love, kindness, compassion, acceptance, hope, and positivity out there for everybody except Lisa Rinna. Sorry. And have a great day. I love you guys. Bye.